montant fixe ou alors une mesurette de avoir les productions ou alors les pêches. Mais alors, ça dépend de la bénédiction ou la bénévolence de Dieu. Parfois, ils peuvent aller à la pêche et rentrer avec beaucoup de poissons. Parfois, ils peuvent rentrer aussi sans poissons. Mais en tout, ils disent Dieu merci et ils dépendent de Dieu pour leur gagne-pain. Une fois de plus, merci Joseph au top. Enfin, on a découvert une autre partie de Down Beach.
Quite indeed. From Otto Joseph there, we discovered Down Beach in a very fine style. Now, if you get into Limbe, the town of friendship, and you don't get to Down Beach, you've not discovered Limbe. Reason being that Limbe is one of the few towns in Cameroon that is bordered to the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean being one of the 3 oceans that we have in the world, and of course Atlantic Ocean. It's rich in diversity of different species, especially fish species. And Otop told us that Down Beach is very rich with a lot of fish species. And inundated around the Down Beach area, you also have touristic sites, hotels, and also the incredible Limbe Botanic Garden that is just directly opposite us here in our makeshift studio here. We also have a fleet of hotels that inundate the shores of the sea right up to Idinao. You discover the Atlantic Ocean and you have it quite in a great fashion. Now, Limbe is also blessed with quite a good number of other touristic sites. We know Limbe has the Bimbia Slave Trade Center. That's the site many believe the slave trade that left West Africa passed through that channel to get to Europe. And of course, we know they're very difficult.
Yeah, it's not actually a belief, it is a reality.
Well, I'm saying it's belief.
Yeah, it is a reality because that we had a slave trade market. And good enough, we have some inhabitants and persons who will be joining us to articulate or to tell us more about Limbe. We just gave you a sneak peek. We went to Down Beach, but we're going to have on set a conversation with Pat Dennis Lafon and Pakwata Dennis, who will be sharing, having a discussion to paint to us a picture of Limbe in the yesteryears before we have what we have here today.
Right, just to tell you, the persons we have here are persons with timber and caliber. We have Pa Dennis Lafon, one of the oldest Sobans, Sase Old Boys Association we have in the country. Just to tell you, Sase, St. Joseph College Sase, is Cameroon's first college. And Pa Dennis Lafon happens to be one of the pioneers. He was in Sase in the 60s and lived his life in Sase. He will be telling us quite a lot. Pa Dennis Lafon has also served in a very high capacity at the Cameroon Development Corporation. Just to tell you, CDC is Cameroon's second largest employer, and it is headquartered here in Limbe. It is here just a few meters away from where we are, precisely in Bota. And Pa Dennis Lafon served in a senior capacity there. We're going to discover quite a lot from him. And again, we have Pakwata Dennis. Pakwata Dennis is present here.
Also a Soban.
He's also a Soban, and he's a Victorian. There is a name they call those who come from Victoria, you know.
The then Victoria.
Yeah, the then Victoria, actually. You know, so he's an old broom here in Victoria, and so he would be sweeping very well with us here this morning. Joyce, I think it is time good enough for us to introduce our guest.
Yes, you've already done the introduction, but I just want to hear them say, I'll start. And do you notice that both of them have the same name, Dennis? Wow, what a coincidence.
Name. What a coincidence.
Good morning to you, Papa, and welcome. Use your mic. It's on.
Hello.
All right. Good morning to you and welcome on set.
Good morning, thank you.
All right, this is Pakwata Dennis, and we have Dennis Lafon, who is the other side. Good morning to you, Juan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all so much for joining us on set. So we just want to find out from you. I'll start with Pa Dennis Lafon. What has been your experience? For how long have you been in Victoria?
Maybe the question should be asked, how long I knew Victoria.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, I knew Victoria when I came to Sase College in 1959. we call it Victoria, and we of Sase breed, we call it VA. That's the abbreviation. When you leave Sase and you're coming to Victoria for holiday, you say you are coming to VA. Wow. That was a popular name in Sase College. Okay. So that's how far back I knew Victoria.
All right.
Just share with us your experience in the 50s when you came to Victoria. How do you see the town? And share with us the memories you got from this beautiful seaside resort city.
The memories of Victoria will be marked particularly by the commerce. It's a commercial town from beginning, and that was the heart of commerce in the southwest, apart from Kumba. You had the seaport here, which was very active. Ships used to come and dock, and they used to come with produce. Down beach, we call it the commercial area. Sapa Road was a commercial street. You had big shops and warehouses. You had Printania, you had R&W King, you had a lot of British companies that had warehouses and supermarkets down beach. So that is how we knew Victoria.
Yeah, great indeed. And when you came to Victoria at the time, you must have heard about the slave trade village in Limbe. What memories do you have about it?
The slave trade, as students, very young people coming into college at about the age of 15 and 16, we didn't very much know about the slave trade center in Limbe. It was probably when we had graduated, that we were able to know the history of the slave trade in Africa and in Cameroon in particular, that we were brought to be able to go to Manowo Bay and the slave trade center to be able to see for ourselves.
Interesting indeed.
That's quite interesting. And thank you so much for painting a picture of Victoria back then, because a lot of us today would not have the opportunity to see all
Council, Down Beach, to where the Catholic mission is today. The year 1959. There I was baptized and I took my first Holy Communion there. So I completed there, went to Sussex College, and in the course of my life, I became the first Vice President of St. Anne PTA. And up to today, I'm still the Vice President of St. Anne. I was just surprised this morning that St. Anne had an activity here, so I was obliged to be here myself.
Yes, we are not only looking at, thank you so much, we are also looking at not only the socio-cultural and economic activities of Limbe, we also look at the academic sphere, and we cannot leave out our Catholic institutions as well. So, away from Down Beach, we also have one of the very mobile spots in Limbe.
Should say very populated.
Very populated and always active 247. It is the half mile. So I want to find out from you, what are your memories of half mile? What is the story behind half mile?
And why is it even called half mile?
Okay. Luckily, I was born in Church Street, half mile.
All right.
Very religious.
When you hear 1 mile 1, or they call it 1 mile, they started from the SDO's office. When you get to that junction, they call it half mile.
Okay.
And then when you get to mile 1 near the hospital, that is mile 1.
Okay.
So I was born there in Church Street. And at the time, this road wasn't so busy. They called from the Garden Junction here, right down to Newtown. They used to call it Botanic Road.
All right.
Because we used to come here, Garden Deep, for swimming. All the youths who come here for swimming, by the time we are going back, we'll go this way. So we called this road
the
Botanic Road.
Botanic Road.
All right.
So later, it was changed, not officially, but because we had the Jehovah Witness Church, Apostolic Church, Catholic Church, Presbyterian Church, Baptist Church, all along that
the
road.
streets.
So it automatically became Church Street.
All right. Okay, that is the story behind Church Street.
Interesting story.
From half mile. That's quite an interesting
why
story.
did it become, in your own opinion, why did it become the center commercial hub of Limbe?
Yeah.
In those days, we should remember it was Sapa Road in those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
To add to it, we had most of the bars. You have Day Spring Bar, you have Palladium Bar, you have Moonlight Bar, you have Independence Bar, all along Church Street. Okay. So it was very, very lively, and I want to tell you, most of us knew the opposite sex just along Church Street.
Interesting there.
That's quite interesting. But why do you think that area was a center for most of what attracted people to that center? Because we had both the different denominations present and also other activities. Why was that particular spot so attractive, or we had a lot of people finding interest in that area?
Yeah, Down Beach used to be a commercial center.
All right.
But because it was so congested, the people came up at half mile. It was level land. My one was hilly. So they established, they had this restaurant, we call it today.
All right.
A lot of restaurant and all this petit trading. We used to rent our bicycles. We go to these bicycle repairers, we rent our bicycles. For 5 minutes, you come and pay 1 penny and so on. So that place was very, very occupied. Wow. Very, very attractive for lively people.
Interesting.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Thank you so much. We now go back to Pa Dennis Lafon.
Now, Pa Lafon, you're a seasoned journalist. We forgot that aspect of you. He was one of the pioneers at the then Cameroon Radio Cameroon Radio, which, of course, him together with other seasoned journalists sailed through that radio right to the point when it had a TV station. Share with us your memories at Cameroon Radio at the time, how life in journalism was in those days.
Journalism was quite a rare profession at that time, and the few qualified journalists came from America, some from England, and others from the Russian. And being a new field as such, not a lot of young men went in there. But the few of us who did enjoyed it because it wasn't that easy. The radio station in Boya was quite away from town, and you had to get up early to go start programs at about 5:30 in the morning, and then you close at 10:30 in the night, and you had to trek back to Boya town or go down to Sopo or Bowango, where some of us lived. And it was enjoyable because at a certain time, they provided transport for people who were closing late. We had what you call the Noria, which was the self and all-equipped vehicle which we used for reporting. And it was a pride whenever you entered the Noria, or whenever there was an occasion, you will see the radio boys sitting in the Noria with microphones, riding through town and doing running commentaries. So that was interesting. But as for programs, we were a little bit call it inventive, and we had to explore our personal initiatives to produce interesting programs that were not probably tapes or broadcast material from other stations, which we used also to back up our programs. We had tapes from the BBC, from Deutsche Welle in Germany, and from the VOA, and so on. Those tapes, I think, they still exist today. And with the internet and the social media, they are less and less dependable for us. But on the whole, it was quite an interesting venture at that time.
All right, that's quite beautiful. We also learned that you had worked with the Cameroon Development Corporation. So we just want to find out, just for those who do not know, paint a picture of what CDC used to be in the yesteryears and what it has been doing while you were still working there.
It is not so much a question of yesteryears.
Even current days?
No, it's the evolution of a company based on the prevailing circumstances. We don't blame anybody for it because the Cameroon Development Corporation was supported by the Commonwealth Development Corporation, the British mighty company, and we had expatriates who used to be seconded to work for CDC until we were able to have our own trained personnel that could handle the important posts that were handled by expatriates, like in the matters of managing director, the finance director, the audit director, the people working on the various crops, rubber, tea, and oil palms. So those ones eventually were Cameroonized. And the CDC is still a pride to Cameroonians.
Exactly.
It was a pride because some of us who worked there and those who are still working there did our best, because whether you were a journalist, you were an accountant, you were an agriculturist or anything, you were exposed in the CDC to be able to use all the knowledge that you had acquired in your university or your agricultural school. And as it was, the atmosphere in CDC was quite interesting because being a very large company extending to very many provinces in the northwest and southwest, we had to stratify the livelihood of workers.
Exactly.
You had senior staff, you had intermediate staff, you had junior staff, and all of them were provided for. For the junior staff, we had what generally is called the cold store. We had a cold store which provided foodstuffs to be able to supplement the livelihood of workers. At each moment, whether you had money or not, that wasn't traded. It was a question of you going to sign, and at the end of the month, your account was debited. So anybody could go there, you could sign for oil, sign for fish, sign for meat, sign for whatever was provided inside there. So at every moment of the month, the CDC worker, be him a laborer, or intermediate staff, or senior staff, was self-sufficient and would feed himself and his family. Then the provision of social facilities. Also, you had clubs for all the levels. You had clubs for junior staff, which still exist today.
The Labor Club is called
the Labor Club today. You had the club for intermediate staff. Call it now.
Well, I don't
Limbe River Club.
The senior club.
Limbe River Club.
Limbe River Club. Okay,
in
right.
Bota, we should specify that those are in Bota.
Yes.
And then you had the staff club, the
SS
senior
club.
staff club for senior staff and their visitors. In estates, you had clubs as well, but they were not differentiated because of the population. So you had clubs which had facilities the same like the clubs in the central city of Bota. So that was life in the CDC.
Right.
And work was good because you went to work promptly, 7:30, closed at 2 o'clock, and everybody sat on his seat until the whistle went for off duty.
Off duty for the day.
Yes.
Interesting
Thank
one.
you.
Now, CDC from its inception has been headquartered here in Limbe. It's been in Limbe. It's been doing quite a lot to better the lives of Cameroonians. But in your own opinion, and back in the day, how much contribution in terms of giving back to the community did CDC impact in this city of Limbe? What can this really boast of to have added as value to Limbe?
It is obvious that as a government policy, all companies operating in the state contribute to the welfare of the state. So, unfortunately, CDC was paying its taxes to Douala, which is, I hope it is going to be corrected sometime. But in the main, being in Bota and living in Limbe, CDC contributed a lot to the activities of the council. The activities of the council depended on CDC for support, be it financial or material. And you know, CDC has good road equipment for its estates and has good technical staff, and which the council from time to time depended on, or CDC loaned out to them to be able to execute some of their projects. Right. So, socially as well, CDC kept its flag going, because for a long time, when we were talking about football here, I forgot to mention that CDC had a football team, and we used to call it CAMDEV. So the CDC team too participated in the social life of the city. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing to us what we cannot really live, making us relive the life at CDC. We live Victoria, the then Victoria. So I want to sincerely thank you, and you as well, for sharing with us the memories of Limbe back then, and also painting a picture of what Limbe looked like in terms of the social, cultural, and also the workplace back then. So I want to sincerely thank you for sharing that with us.
Been my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pa Lafon Tennis and Pa Quanta Tennis. Okay.
All right. Pa Quanta Tennis has something to say before he lets go of us.
Yeah, while I'm saying thank you for this special opportunity given me, I will not go without saying my gratitude to the Bakurians here in Victoria. Okay. When our parents came here, Ambamilike, when our parents came here, they hadn't anything, they were not even married. They had girlfriends, the Bakurians, when they came back from the farm, the Bakuriuma warm water, put the leg and massage, so it was so charming. And then secondly, the Bakurians gave our parents, our fathers, lands to do their farming. For example, the Unity Quarter was given to my father. Unity Quarter was given to my father for farming. Yeah. Mutondo was given by Chief Manga William. Mm-hmm. The car farm there was given by Parker, all to Bamileke people. When it came to the time of selling plots, all our fathers did, they choked the place with coffee. They will come and count the coffee and whatever they gave them. So they had very good relationship with the Bakurians. We will live to thank them and thank them ad infinitum.
All right, thank you so much. That attests the hospitable nature and the welcoming nature of the Mokwe people, the Bakore people. Absolutely. So we have to say, we extend greetings to them. I think it's still morning, so I can say Elela Gbamu to all of the Bakore people. All right, some of them are responding in the crowd. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And just to indicate that Limbe, being as cosmopolitan as it is of course bordered by 3 main languages that we should not also forget. It's not only the Mokwe that is spoken here. We also have the Wovia, and also have the Esubus, and that make up Limbe. So Limbe is actually cosmopolitan in nature. And definitely we also want to use this opportunity to extend special greetings to the landlord of the seaside resort city of Limbe, the Lord Mayor, Mr. Paul Fome. We also want to extend special greetings to the paramount ruler of Limbe, that is His Royal Majesty Lufa Manga Williams. And
yes, definitely, Yannick, and definitely a series of them will be coming up. Absolutely. Time for us to shake off our bodies. Let us have Danny give us a beautiful musical interlude to thrill not only our viewers present out there, those of you joining us here at this Mischief Studio. Let us welcome Danny.
Danny, fingerprint music. I'm so falling there with the ball, eskenanga, no be lie. 5 fingers they did my city. Hello. Hello. Wow. Let me start with our mothers first. Maman, merci, oh. T'as pris soin de moi, c'est Dieu qui te bénira. C'est maman femme africaine, you protege me well. Every day you dey make sure say we no go die fin demain. Avant de dormir, elle me fait doudou. Je dis bien c'est tous les jours, chaque jour j'ai mon pain chargé. Carry me go drop and ride for suku, mommy. I must make this money. When I make this money, I go spoil you, mommy. Thank you. Let's go. So students, when I say, na so for Limbe with the bolo, eske na lie, you just answer, no be lie. Are we clear? Na so for Limbe with the bolo, eske na lie. Ha! 5 angels they day my city, oh, eske na lie. No. DJ, let's go. Danny, fingerprint music. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Say! Na so for Limbe with the bolo, eske na lie. No be lie. 5 angels they day my city, oh, eske na lie. No be lie. Plenty chop and plenty mimbo, I swear I die. Hey, if you want party, come for Limbe and you go power. Hey, Sima. No. Hey, no. Hey, no. See, let's go. Oh, m'avait toujours dit oh. Jay, maman m'avait toujours dit oh. Jay, c'est money finish I clear. Limbe people know the air. So enjoyment every day. Land the below I go pay. Money scatter everywhere. Fine get so. Jay, cause money people want to spray. Sawa le. Say for Sunday Saturday na church street. Ha! For Friday Soccer City. Oh yeah, na for Monday Okache. Say that's all for Limbe with the ball. Oh, eske na lie. Say 5 angles the day my city. Oh, eske na lie. Plenty chop and plenty mimo. I swear na die. Say, if you want party, come for Limbe and you go bow. Say, no. Say, no. Yeah, no. Say, sawa le. Say. Baby, sawa le. Say, okay, a new town sawa le. Bamenda people sauna de. My 4 people sauna de. Boya people sauna de. Kumba people sauna de. Aduala sawa le. Memaya unde sawa le. Sawa. Let's go again. Say, for Sunday, Saturday night. Say, for Friday, Soccer City, oh, mama, oh. Tema, say, that's all for Limbe with the ball, oh, eske na lie. One gets the day, my city, oh, eske na lie. Hey, plenty chop and plenty mimbo, mama, oh. Say, if you want party, come for Limbe and you go bow. Sima, say, no. No. Yeah, no. Sima. Oh. Yeah, let's go. Say, Sima. Strong Limbe Peking. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup,
Thank you so much,
Merci
Danny.
beaucoup, Danny. Chers téléspectateurs, si vous venez de nous joindre, nous sommes ici à Limbe, où nous vous faisons découvrir Limbe. On venait de voir une prestation de Danny, qui dans sa chanson nous fait la vie de Limbe. Il nous dit, le vendredi, nous sommes à Soccer City, le samedi, nous sommes à... Il a donné d'autres noms et ensuite...
et plus autres...
Bon, Limbe est la ville d'amitié et puis il y a beaucoup de...
touristic site filled with a lot of enjoyment.
Évidemment.
Thank you very much, Danny, for entreating us with such a beautiful piece. Definitely, you can find Danny on social media. He's there on YouTube and have his beautiful piece of music. He took us down memory lane, even in his soundtrack, a pretty soundtrack, I should say there. Well, we shall be having a lot of the likes of Danny. We'll have plenty of musicians that will come in here.
And including also, comedians.
Absolutely. Comedians and also our beautiful students here will be displaying some traditional piece here from the Mokwe land. So a lot to learn and enjoy here today. But Joyce, I think we need to bow our heads and reflect on our life. We are in the spirit of Advent.
Évidemment, c'est une tradition pour Dmrtv d'inclure le Seigneur dans tout ce qu'on fait. Donc, on vous inspire toujours par la méditation du jour. Et aujourd'hui, nous avons le Père James Kitchikezie, qui est le curé de la paroisse La Sainte Famille, Holy Family Parish in Newtown, who will be giving us today our reflection. Greetings to you, Father, and welcome.
Thank you. He'll definitely take over after this transition. Right on, Father.
Greetings to you all. I'm going to share with the Divine Mercy Light of Hope, that is sharing in the light of hope, which is a slogan for the Divine Mercy Radio and TV. Today is Wednesday of the first week of Advent, Church Year A. Our Holy Mother, the Church, the Roman Catholic Church, celebrates the feast of St. Andrew, Apostle and Martyr. 4 years ago, precisely in the month of November 2018, I watched a television program over CNN. This program was on the political unrests and instabilities going on in the Middle East at that time. 4 kids of primary school age came on board, bearing placards with slogans written on them. The first kid said, "We are foodless." The second said, "We are homeless." The third said, "We are clothless." And the fourth caught my attention and he said, "But we are not hopeless." Advent is a season of hope and joyful expectation. Advent means coming or arrival. It begins on the first Sunday closest to the feast of St. Andrew the Apostle and ends in the morning of the 24th of December before the celebration of Christmas. During the 4 weeks of Advent, we joyfully hope and anticipate the first coming of Christ at Christmas and also his second coming in glory. For the people of God, we should also wait for the third coming in between these two comings, namely his current presence in the hearts of all the faithful by the grace of God. In paragraph 1817 in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, hope is defined as a theological virtue by which we desire the kingdom of heaven and eternal life as our happiness, placing our trust in Christ's promises and relying not only on our own strength, but on the help of the grace of the Holy Spirit. The Divine Mercy Radio and Television in the Diocese of Boya has as its slogan, "Sharing the Light of Hope." This media channel was created by the present Bishop of Boya Diocese, His Lordship Michael Bibi. This radio and TV station is to be a source of hope, not only to Catholic Christians in the Diocese of Boya, but to families, groups, and nations within the territorial boundaries of our Cameroon, our country. This is totally in line with what Pope Benedict XVI in his message for the 85th World Mission Sunday said. The work of evangelization involves everyone, everything, and always. The Pope added that the Church is a missionary by her very nature, and the work of spreading the gospel is a joint responsibility of all. The work of evangelization should include careful attention to the human needs. And so mission work cannot exclude human development, justice, liberation from all forms of oppression. The Divine Mercy Radio and TV of the Diocese of Boya is in Limbe municipality today and always, everywhere, every time, to bring and share the light of hope to our broken world, individuals, families, so that they may obtain the blessings of God and be healed from any form of brokenness. The Catechism of the Catholic Church highlights 2 sins against hope. The first is despair, and the second is presumption. Lust, gluttony, and greed lead to despair. Vainglory and pride lead to the belief that we cannot be forgiven without repentance. The hope which the Divine Mercy Radio and Television of the Diocese of Boya brings is in line with Jesus' mission and vision in the Gospel of Luke chapter 4, verse 18. It is a parallel text of Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim the good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners, recovery of sight to the blind, and to set the oppressed free. This message of hope is applicable even to us today. Many are in different forms of physical and spiritual captivity. It is not uncommon to hear of physical and spiritual assaults upon God's children today, either by fellow human beings or the forces of darkness. It is our prayer and wish that the light of hope propagated by the Divine Mercy Radio and TV of the Diocese of Boya as a means of evangelization may bring much hope and healing to us individuals, families, and the society at large. We are in the first week of Advent, and last Sunday, the first Sunday of Advent, the first Advent candle was lit. The candle of hope was his name. The prophet Isaiah, the Advent prophet, in his prophecy, chapter 9, verse 2 says, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. Upon those who dwelt in the land of darkness, a light has shone." May we, the Limbe population, turn out massively on Thursday, the 15th of December, 2022, for the grand launching of this Light of Hope radio and TV channel for the Diocese of Boya at the Co-Cathedral site, beginning with Holy Mass at 9 a.m. prompt. May St. Andrew, who invited his brother Simon Peter to come and see and be with the Lord, may he intercede for us so that each and every one of us, through this TV channel, we invite the people of the world to come and behold the sweetness of Jesus and to be hopeful, not only for their present blessings, but also for eternal life to come. May St. Andrew intercede for us in this regard. Amen.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father James Chigozie, for our reflection today. We want to sincerely appreciate you, and his focus was sharing the light of hope, moving with the, of course, the theme during this Advent period, which is hope, Christ bringing hope, and hope becoming on Christmas. And we are in the journey at Advent to wait for Jesus Christ. Many thanks to you, Father.
Merci beaucoup, le Père James, d'avoir partagé cette méditation ce matin avec nous, qui est inspirée par le tagline de Divine Mercy, qui est dédié à partager ou à amener cette lumière d'espoir à tous nos téléspectateurs. Et il est inspiré par les activités qui se tournent à la période de l'Avent à l'Église, qui est focalisée sur l'espoir. Il invite, ou il prie, il invite tous nos téléspectateurs d'avoir toujours cet espoir en Dieu malgré toutes les circonstances de la vie. Merci beaucoup, le Père James Chigozie. Thank you so much, Father, for sharing with us this morning reflection. And in the spirit of sharing that same light of hope, the Christians of the Holy Trinity, the Holy Family Parish, have put together something. We also have some widows who are here with us, and I learned that your parish is doing something to put a smile on their face in the spirit of Advent, in the spirit of inspiring them and giving them hope and bringing them hope to this group of persons who have lost their spouses. So, Father, can you tell us more about this activity?
Yes, thank you so much. Added to this program, we invited some widows and orphans so that they can come together at the Limbe community field, and in the spirit of our bishop, the Bishop of Boya, they can receive some Christmas gifts. You know, the church is an evangelizer, and the church is also our mother, and the church by nature is charitable. And of course, after the example of Christ our Master, who went about doing good, praying for the sick, and also providing food and clothing to some. Remember, at one point, he himself felt hungry. And when he was hungry, he went to a tree. There was no fruit in the tree. And he had to curse the tree, and the tree withered. But again, Christ fed so many people with loaves of bread and fish. The multiplication of the loaves of bread and fish. So we too, in our own way, in Holy Family Parish, Limbe, we are here today to extend that love and charity of Christ to some of our widows and orphans.
Right.
Interesting.
That's quite interesting.
And really remarkable, especially at this time when a lot of sacrifice and sharing has to be shown to especially the underprivileged. Well, thank you so much, Father, and we're going to watch that moment when these widows will join in the communion of the Holy Family Parish and have their own gift, Christmas gift, I should say.
Évidemment, pour ajouter pour cette présentation, le curé de la Sainte Famille, la paroisse Sainte Famille de Newton Limbe, nous informe qu'ils ont décidé dans la communion, l'esprit de la communion, de partager et aussi avec les instructions ou alors la compagnie ou alors le support de l'évêque du diocèse de Boya, ont décidé d'accompagner les veuves et les orphelins à cette période de l'Avent ou alors en préparation de la fête de Pâques. Donc, au courant de cette émission, nous allons vous montrer aussi ce que les chrétiens de cette paroisse, ensemble avec les curés, ont mis pour partager avec les veuves de cette paroisse et aussi les orphelins. Nous disons félicitations à tous les chrétiens de cette paroisse pour ce travail magnifique. Et c'est dans ce sens d'inspirer ou alors de motiver ou alors d'être cette lumière d'espoir dans la vie des chrétiens que cette paroisse le fait. Before we let go of you, Father, while we are going to share with the viewers when the gifts will be distributed to the widows and orphans present here, we just want to find out how were these gifts gotten and maybe your last impressions before we let go of you and come back later on.
Thank you so much for the question. Some of these gifts were given to us by Christians, men and women of goodwill. And when I was coming today, one other Christian of goodwill just added upon what we had some bags of rice. Some had given in cash, and we had to buy some of the goods or items so that each and every person, every widow or orphan may go home with something which is going to change the situation of that particular individual or family. So we have to pray for our benefactors and benefactresses, for the will of God to be with them, to be charitable at all times.
Thank you so much, Father, for your benevolence, and definitely we use, Father, the St. Family, the Holy Family Parish and the Diocese of Boyam as a point of contact to tell all the viewers that if you have an opportunity to give the little you have, share with someone out there as we await Christ, who is the biggest giver, and he sacrifices his life for all of us. If you're just tuning in, dear viewers, you're on to Divine Mercy Radio Television in the Diocese of Boyam. We are here at the seaside resort city of Limbe, and we are discovering Limbe like we've never known before. We are here precisely at the community field, the historic community field, where a lot happened in the past. And definitely we are bordered around us by the Botanic Garden, the Limbe, the garden itself, and all of that. And definitely, Joyce,
cette émission, Yannick, s'il te plaît.
We
Nous
are
allons
also
continuer
going to have,
avec cette rubrique parce qu'on va les faire, il y aura le temps de les faire découvrir d'autres parties. Mais tout à l'heure, nous avons une étudiante de St. Anne Girls College qui va nous faire un poème dont nous l'invitons. La toute jeune demoiselle qui est déjà là pour nous donner ce poème. Let us listen to this poem from a student of St. Anne's Girls College here in Limbe.
A poem presented by Lenye Saelibe Semshe on the title St. Anne, a Citadel of Learning. Looking outside my window, a magnificent and holistic institution is seen, a place like no other, a home for women of substance. We remain unique, even when lost in the crowd, and stay capable of facing any challenges which comes because of the morals we've got from our institution. Studying in a conducive atmosphere, an environment which keeps our minds fresh for the quality knowledge given to us by our well-trained teachers, and which gives us a 100% as their product of hard work and the hard work of the students, which keeps the flag flying high. Our differences are not limited only in the domain of education, but also in our religious life, because with a positive mindset, we remain pure. With a clean reputation, we forge ahead. With a calm and gentle soul, which brighten our future. Above all, we remain dating in whatever we do, and appreciate our prestigious institution, which Annites will never forget, and will never forget to stop being proud of. We love you, Science Call. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear student. You didn't give your name?
My name is Lenya Star Elibesem.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you very much. A star student from the St. Anne Girls College here in Limbe. And in that light, we would be having the vice principal of that institution to shed some light on that institution. And definitely just to tell the viewers, those of you watching, that we have with us the students of St. Anne College, Girls College, and we also have with us the St. Pius X College that is present here. And we're definitely very, very happy to have these students join us alongside the widows from the Holy Family Parish. Joyce.
Évidemment, merci beaucoup pour ce poème qui montrait, qui attestait ou alors l'éducation que reçoivent ces jeunes demoiselles au collège Sainte-Anne du diocèse de Boya. Et nous sommes joints par la vice-principale de cet institut qui va partager avec nous. Good afternoon, it's still morning. Good morning to you and welcome on set. Thank you. Okay, your mic.
Just put your mic on.
Okay.
Good morning and thank you.
All right, thanks for joining us on set. We've had a beautiful poem from one of your students attesting to the great job St. Anne is doing to imbibe this level of education onto its students. So for those who do not know, can you tell us more? What is St. Anne Girls College?
Thank you. St. Anne Girls College is an institution. Just as you heard from the poem, it's a citadel of learning. This is an institution which was created in 2008 by our former Bishop Emeritus Emmanuel Bushu. And so we've had 14 batches. And of course, the school has been waxing strong since its creation. We're doing so good and all is well and fine there.
All right. So, what makes St. Anne unique? What is peculiar about St. Anne?
What is very peculiar about St. Anne is that it is a school, a girls' college. It's unique as far as its standards are concerned. Learning is very efficient. The teachers are very experienced. The institution is very captivating, and it is found in the heart of the city.
All right, that's quite interesting. Now you're joining us on set. I want to find out from you, what is your joining us on set for a special live broadcast of Dmrtv in prelude to its launching? Probably you have watched a series of their programs. So before we let go of you, give us your impression of your experience you've had watching Divine Mercy Radio Television.
I think this is the best thing that ever happens to us as Catholics in the Diocese of Boya. We are blessed with this radio and television station. Before then, we were watching other stations, religious stations, which were not very helpful to our faith. I think with the arrival of the Divine Mercy Radio Television is a dawn of a new hope. And we want to thank the Bishop for giving us the opportunity to live life with some of the events happening around us, and especially in our churches. We are so grateful.
All right.
Thank you very much, so much, Madam.
You're welcome.
We are very proud of St. Anne. St. Anne, just to tell you, scored 100% in both levels and also had the best results in the Diocese of Boya in the ordinary level and advanced level. And so it's not only a moral, right, of course you can give yourself some chance for that. Beautiful, beautiful there. St. Anne is not only noted for its moral uprightness, it also has a strong academic background. And so, Madam, thank you very much for you and the principal for together molding these students and giving them the best of life.
The pleasure is mine.
And congratulations too to all the sisters of St. Anne who are joining you to realize this vision.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. C'était juste, on faisait un parcours sur le collège St. Anne avec le vice-principal. Si vous venez juste de nous joindre, vous regardez une émission spéciale sur Divine Mercy Radio Television où on vous fait découvrir Limbe. Et à ce moment, nous avons les étudiants du collège Our Lady of Lourdes Gardens College, whose students are going to give us a brief. We're going to thrill us with not just the songs, but their beautiful dance steps. Let us have Our Lady of Lourdes Gardens this time around.
All right. A beautiful cultural display in a moment from them.
We, the students of Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive High School Gardens, are here to present a traditional dance from the Northwest region called Njang. Please listen, stay put and watch. Thank you.
Let's cheer them dance. Beautiful cultural dancers of the Our Lady of Lords students college in
Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive High
Gardens.
School, Limbe Gardens.
Interesting
Can we
there.
really cheer them up? Can we have a louder?
You know, presenting for us one of Northwest's foremost dance style, the Njang dance. Interesting from these young breeds who are growing and molding themselves with the culture. It tells you there is, the future is bright, and definitely the future is ours. May you give yourself some cheers once again. Give yourself some cheers. Interesting. Just to indicate, we shall be having more cultural dance here. We would have the students of St. Anne Girls College come here to give us something beautiful in the Bakri dance, and they will be doing us cha-cha. Cha-cha, let us see them. Well, we will be having them in a while, not now. We will be having them, oh, right, okay, let them come in. All right, so let's just have the cha-cha now.
Le Nord-Ouest, Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive School nous a fait le Njang, une danse typique du Nord-Ouest. Et maintenant, St. Anne's Girls College va nous présenter le cha-cha, qui est typique du Sud-Ouest, ou alors mes habitants de la ville costale. Nous invitons donc St. Anne's.
And also the mountain
And then, yes, and then not only the Sawa and those on the mountain. Let us have the cha-cha dance from St. Anne's College.
Lua e famulu ntinsano. Lovi mavita na lua. Unengete mamongo na lua. Kia la ya wene. Ke unya. Yanja lovi mavita na mo. Nanga sivil.
Nasoka wongo. Ewanja lua weli na ba. Nasoka wongo. Ewanja lua weli na ba.
Thank you so much. Definitely they have another piece.
Yes, they have a piece. Thank you so much, St. Anne's Girls College. I think they still have another piece.
Another piece there. We're hoping to have them. Beautiful display there of Cha-Cha. You know, the singing for us a beautiful gospel piece there from a lady from the seaside, a gospel artist from the seaside, and definitely dancing it there so powerfully. These young students. They have another beautiful piece of music. Let us savor that.
While they're getting that set, if you're just tuning in, you're watching a special live broadcast of Divine Mercy Radio Television in the spirit of bringing the TV closer to its viewers. And we are here in prelude for the launching of Divine Mercy Radio Television, scheduled to take place on the 15th of December 2022. So even it's ready, let us have the other piece, which these beautiful damsels have been given to us, the cha-cha dance. While we are sorting out those technical issues, we remain in the spirit of making you discover Limbe. This time around, we take you to the Botanic Garden, while we're going to have the St. Anne Girls College lecture to give us this other piece. In the meantime, let us discover the Botanic Garden.
Beg the USA, not America. He was a Jabako, he was a Jamboa, he for Jabako, he for Jamboa.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, televiewers of Divine Mercy Radio Television. And of course, we are still in Limbe, the town of friendship. And if you don't know, it is still the town of enjoyment. And of course, we are just from Down Beach, where you can have all amazing type of fish you want to eat in this world. But presently, we are here at the Botanical Garden, or better still, the Botanic Garden, which was created in 1892 during the German colonial rule in Victoria, what we today know as Limbe. Now, I'm sure most of you will be asking, where is Botanical Garden found? Well, Botanical Garden, or better still, Botanic Garden, is found in Moto Bay Coast, here in Limbe, on the mouth of Limbe River, which passes through the garden, here in Fako Division, southwest region of Cameroon. And of course, when you come to Botanical Garden or Botanic Garden, you cannot leave without hearing of the Jungle Village and the Commonwealth War grave of 1914. Now, talking about the Jungle Village here in Botanical Garden. The Jungle Village has is an open amphitheater with capacity of 4,000 people, where people come for leisure, people come for touristic view, people come for cultural events. They organize cultural events there at Jungle Village. Now, talking about the Commonwealth War of Graves of 1914, where soldiers lost their lives during the British colonial rule here in West Africa. So when you come to Botanic Garden or Botanical Garden here at Moto Bay Coast here in Limbe, you cannot leave without mentioning, or you cannot leave without viewing the Jungle Village and the Commonwealth War graves of 1914. And like I said earlier, during this period, Commonwealth soldiers lost their life during the British rule here in West Africa. So that is a small tip of all you need to know about Botanical Garden. And of course, here in Botanical Garden, they grow a lot of beautiful flowers you can think of. They grow lily flowers. They grow all type of species of flowers you can find in the world. And here at Botanical Garden, people come for leisure. People come here for touristic view. People come here for some quietness. People come here, in fact, to do is just a beautiful view. So that is Botanic Garden, or better still, Botanical Garden for you. Right now, we're going to take you to some beautiful sites so that you can see the Cameroon, or you can see what Cameroon is made of. You can see why Cameroon is called Cameroon in miniature. So right now, we're going to take you to some beautiful sites in which you're going to see a lot of sites where here in Botanical Garden where people go for leisure and or not.
Limbe Botanic Gardens, founded sometime in 1892 by the Germans as a farm to check on crops and also to ensure that crops acclimatize themselves with the conditions of Cameroon before transporting them eventually to the planting site. And it has grown from leaves and buds, and now it is now a very, very good not only a touristic center, but it's also a center planted with a lot of African species that are used for research and other purpose. We have someone with us here who would be shedding some light on the very beautiful Limbe Botanic Gardens. We have Mr. Honor George, who has lived life in Limbe, especially the socio-cultural lifestyle that used to animate the Limbe Botanic Gardens, and is here to share with us some beautiful memories about the Limbe Botanic Gardens. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Yeah, you put on your microphone. Right.
As you've heard, my name is Honor John, Mr. Honor John. Any kid who was born by that time, we used to parade Botanic Gardens daily, on a daily basis. When we leave school, the first place you go is Botanic Garden. And then to tell you a little bit about Botanic Garden, at the time we had a night and day watchman in that place. His name was Mr. Green, as we used to know him. Children at the time were with a hanky-panky type of life. We will steal coconuts, we will steal mangoes, we will steal guava, we will steal sweeter. And yes, and Banga School.
Yes, Banga School, yeah.
And I call it stealing. It wasn't real stealing. So they had to monitor us, not to destroy the plants there. And if you still go to the Botanic Gardens today, it has been modified. But in our days, we passed through the parts, we passed even through Limbe here and delve into the Botanic Garden.
All right.
So, if I could give you a little picture of that Botanic Garden.
Sure you can.
Yeah, there's no child in our time, no child who did not go there. And after we leave Botanic Garden, we come to the Limbe River here and jump inside the garden deep. So it was a place for pleasure and leisure. Yes.
Right.
It's always a place of pleasure and leisure. And just as we had it painted in that report, we had a lot of different species, plant species, and even those who bear fruit, which actually attracted those youngsters by then. So what are those things which, away from harvesting those plants, what memories do you have of this place?
Oh, in fact, my memories still remain very green as to that particular place.
Tell us your social experience there.
Oh, socially, we get children from boys' school here. You get children from RCM Limbe. You get children even from Bota, communing there. And so life was somehow very, very sweet for us. You know, when all of us come like that from different quarters, we had to know one another. So at that time, we could know somebody from Bota. You could know somebody from Newtown. So that was a very social...
Like a connecting point, bringing together children from far off distances together.
That's it.
All right.
Just to tell you also that, Joyce, that the Limbe Botanic Gardens host one of the finest conference points with the natural embodiments there. We're talking about the jungle village that has served so many personalities. We know the last time it served the culturation of the traditional or the paramount ruler of Limbe. And also we have the burial ground, or should call it the graves, of the ex-soldiers of the British ex-soldiers who fought in World War I and in World War II. And these are some of the embodiments that make up the Limbe Botanic Gardens. And it's also bordered to the Atlantic Ocean, or call it the sea, and the fresh breeze from the sea, punctuated with the beautiful breeze from the trees, give you a very beautiful scenery there. Now, if you're just tuning in, you are on to Dmrtv's live broadcast here in the seaside resort city of Limbe. We are at the community field, and already we've had some wonderful moments. Also by us, we have another person, just before we come to you once again, Mr. Honor John. We have one person with us, a staff of this Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive College, who is present here in the person of Mr. Kimbi Emmanuel. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. I'll put on your mic.
Thank you very much, Dmrtv.
Right. So, you want to share with us a bit about the Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive College.
Okay, thank you. Our Lady of Lords College, Limbe, Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive High School. This school was created 3 years ago by our Lordship Bishop Bibi. It's not long ago he came visiting us, and it was a good day for us. So this school offers grammar and commercial education from classes Form 1 right up to Form opposite. Though the pioneer batch is now in Form 3. We have Form 1 to 5, but the pioneer batch that started 3 years ago is in Form 3. Yes, so we are located behind the stadium opposite the Botanical Gardens. And I think we were so happy when Dmrtv came to us yesterday.
Right,
Yeah.
it is very interesting for me. So what is so peculiar about this institution? If for the want of someone who is being inquisitive, what is so peculiar about this institution?
The peculiarity of our institution is that it offers commercial education, and it's a day school. It's difficult to see Catholic or secondary day school, but the bishop decided to make this school a day school to give an opportunity to everybody who's out there in Limbe, those who cannot afford the huge fees that involves boarding, to come study with us.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kimbi Emmanuel, for that. Can you give a round of applause to your teacher, please? Give him a round of applause and make some noise. Thank you very much, Mr. Kimbi Emmanuel. And definitely, is there one thing you wanted to add to this?
Nothing, just being happy being with
absolutely.
the radio and television station here today.
Very important, and definitely we're inviting
Thank you so much,
to
Kimbi
a lunch.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
And we are hoping to have you all on the 15th of December for the official launching of Divine Mercy Radio Television. Please just give us a minute. Let us wrap up with Pa here. Before we let go of you, just one last message before we let go of you, so that we can continue. Thank you for sharing with us your experience at the Botanic Garden, and what would you make a comparison of that enjoyment of those days and today?
I definitely could not talk about today, but in those days, it was one of the wonderful places you could ever find your kids, or allow your kids to go. Today, I don't know if these kids have the wonderful view we had, but certain things that were then may have disappeared for now. You talk about the jungle village. It was a place for hide and seek for us.
Okay.
So it was very fine.
All right, thank you so much for sharing with us this experience. We hope to have you subsequently when we come to Limbe, so that you can share with us more about Limbe.
Thank you very much.
All right, if you're just tuning in, chers téléspectateurs, nous sommes toujours dans l'esprit de vous faire découvrir Limbe. Et puis, on avait le jardin botanique Et puis qu'on a eu, maintenant, on vous a présenté qui était juste comme un jardin où les colonisateurs venaient avec des semences dans les différents pays et puis on les reproduisait pour les ressemer ici au pays. Et ce papa qui était là partageait avec nous son expérience. C'était un point où les enfants quittaient Botanical et tous les environs de Limbe se joignent pour récolter des fruits.
Yeah,
et puis pour continuer ce moment, we are still having Kimbi Emmanuel, who was a representative of Our Lady of Lords Comprehensive School, who is also an artist. So he'll be doing for us a beautiful musical piece.
Just to indicate, Kimbi Emmanuel is the winner, or was, I should say, the winner of Music Star, a competition organized by Le Brazzaville du Cameroon. And Kimbi Emmanuel is not only a teacher, he's also a musician. So he'll be singing for us a patriotic song about Cameroon. Let us give him a round of applause as he takes the stage. Clap for him more again. Saint Anne, you're not clapping. Saint Anne, please clap for him. Yes.
Everybody, put your hands together. This country is so very easy country. Now we the complicate them. When money go, them go push you through away and for back. Estimu now, jungle for enjoy and dream marine be that. Them don't do them own. Emmanuel ate Cameroon oh aye Emmanuel. Mes chers compatriotes, Emmanuel, 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 mes chers compatriotes, Emmanuel, 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 mes chers compatriotes. Si tu es francophone ou bien un anglophone, soyons unis, développons le Cameroun. Laissons la corruption et même le tribalisme. Longa di titinika aye. Tout le monde. Hey! Esimalai Cameroon. Esimalai ati. Esimalai bato bese. Esimalai. Tout le monde. Esimalai na my country. I get for you Cameroon. For the way we me a feed oh father. Cameroon Cameroon na country. You get for you Cameroon. For your own way where you feed. No stay for house and we chop for camp when others they try for work. We get for you Cameroon. Cameroon, oh, Africa in miniature, the land of peace, say, symbol of unity. Helele, 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 eh, construction notre pays, il faut le développer, Cameroon, l'un il faut que nous travaillons ensemble pour développer notre pays, notre cher patrie, Banatoli et comme Mohamed, Douala, now we capital economy, go rich from Kululu, you go sorry for we, Mutangane, now we police training center instead of security, now men with the girl. If you not get Godfather, you know future for Cameroon. You not get Godmother, you go die hungry for Cameroon. Hello, 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 tout le monde, arrête tout, everybody up. Hey, hey, on the song, on the song, on the song, on the. Tout le monde. Tapez les mains. Tout le monde. Put this here. Dmrtv number 1. Tout le monde. Tout le monde danser. Tout le monde chanter. Chanter. Na mama mi na ma papa. Cameroun na mama mi na ma papa. Hey. Tout le monde. Arakata kutuku. Araka kutuku. Taka il faut danser, si tu aimes mon pays, il faut chanter, chanter. Ma mami na ma papa. Cameroun na ya mami na ya papa. Notre pays na ya mami. Put us together, everybody. Keep watching Dmrtv #1. Make some noise.
Thank you very much, Kimbi Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Quite interesting there. Cameroon is actually a country. It's a mother, it's a father. Carefully and beautifully put there by Kimbi. Thank you very much. We're definitely going to see you on the 15th. Yes, right. Thank you very much.
Merci
Give him a round of applause, please. Clap for him. Interesting.
Ok, évidemment, le Cameroun, c'est notre pays. Nous devons le garder jalousement. C'est à nous de donner notre pays la face qu'on veut. Merci beaucoup, Kimbi Emmanuel, pour avoir nous rappelé que notre pays, c'est Cameroun et nos responsabilités envers notre pays. Et nous allons juste continuer dans cet esprit. Les filles de Sainte-Anne n'avaient pas fini leur prestation. Mais avant ça, il faut qu'on rie un peu. Et après avoir dansé, il faut qu'on rie d'abord. On a Yannick, Big Mami Agatha est ici avec nous.
The best comedian, and the oldest we have in Limbe. When we talk of comedy, a man who orients his voice and makes it so beautiful in a feminine fashion. It's beautiful.
I'm telling you, it's quite beautiful. And we just want to invite.
He's also a musician.
Sure,
he's a musician. He's giving us some beautiful pieces. He's
we are welcoming Big Mami
Agatha. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hello.
Hi.
Wave your neighbor, tell him say
I love you well. God bless your soul. I love you well.
Ladies and gentlemen, clap your hands for Radio Television. Please clap your hands. The name is Divine Mercy. If I think about Divine Mercy and then they add radio, it means we'll be seeing things that we were not seeing. It's not Divine Mercy. Clap your hands for yourself. I want to hear your zap, 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 zap. Divine Mercy. Divine Mercy. Radio, télévision. Aujourd'hui, là, tout démenté. Now, say now. Now. Do you want to watch Divine Mercy Radio Television now? Now. I want to hear your hands, Soko. Let me know you clap your hands. If you know my song, sing with me. Moyo for Moyoka, Mr. Tom for Tombell, Mr. Kum for Kumba, Mamunya for Munya, hey, Maman for Mangfe, Mr. Ba for Bamenda, Mr. William for Woody Kumandela, Mr. Ben, Asena Mr. Ben. Do you want to dance? DJ Rakati Tata. Hello. I am very flabbergasted and superfluously overwhelmed with Dmrtv. Please clap your hands first of all. When the bishop come, he bring plenty in them. Me, I see Divine Mercy like Divine Get Mercy. Hello. Because in those days, when we can't go watch television, then nobody give we that opportunity. Today, Divine Mercy can't change them. Picking the stand, whole remote control. He watch TV, control. In our days, before you want go watch TV, you go watch pan first for that house. You go for there, you sweep the compound. And then when you watch TV, you want come back for commode. They don't thief your slippers. The worst thing where you not even ever like them in those days, before television one start, they turn television pole for this year. Pole, don't bring them today. Today, can you not watch TV in your house individually? That is why we are celebrating this opportunity. You know, they come 2 times, so we get for use them judiciously. Just imagine, say, in those days, some man come up for that side for Monday bar. He won't come for can watch TV. Una know when you go for toilet for government school or any CDC or Pamol toilet, please avoid touching the corner of the door. Please don't touch the corner of the door. It's an advice. Because in those days, when you see people then they go toilet, they know they use now normal paper when I use them, they use cover crop, use plantain leaf. And then if you mistakenly go mix cover crop with scratching grass, blood of Jesus, you the see now scratching this. Hello? No be today where una get toilet in those our days in a different level. That is where we advise you now. White man want come up for white man country for Cameroon. He born picky, he give woman belle 9 months belle where the woman there. They want carry and come for Cameroon. The woman is still there now with 3 months. He want born picking black like new truck. Huh? Now the man come for hospital. Say I brought you here when you were only 3 months, and today you are giving birth to a black child. Now the woman turn look the man say, what's your problem? He turn the woman. The man asks the woman, you are white. I am white. Why is the child black? The woman respond very wide and responsible. He said, Daddy, you are hot. I am hot. The child get born. Hello? Spirit of confusion. Spirit of backbiting. Spirit of Congo. Holy Ghost. I work for Rotamito 5,000. I don't know say Christmas don't see that money. I want to pick a Christmas match up. I said that is my ID card Christmas laugh. He said I can be matched with everything, but not with figure. I said, that is my ID card. He said, if it is your ID card, what is your name? I said, my name is Banque des Etats et de l'Afrique. Christmas love, he said, I can be mad, but my tympanic membrane is still functioning. If it is your ID card, when did they born you? Me, one need the money. I said, I was born 5,000 years, eh? Christmas love, he said, you think you are too smart. If it is your ID card, what is your father's name? Papa, he named it for money. Now for that member said they write something for under money. I say my father's name is Sengmil. The man look and they write Sengmil for the he said take your ID card. Take your ID card. You get lucky. Say no for someone where head no correct. Hello. If you're happy, let me know. You clap your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I give opportunity for people them. I don't like when una come for Dmrtv. The beginning talk said they don't put una for VIP. Turn and talk to your neighbor. Say VVIP. Una ask me say why I decide for call una say una be very very important personalities. I don't like the acronym where they talk say you people are VIP. See the mama me them say una just say no be na VVIP. Now because of say don't change for French. For French you not fine. If they call you VIP vex. But for English, it means honor. For French, if they talk say VIP, meaning of VIP. What is the meaning of VIP? Very important personality. But for French, it is like coach. VIP for French means say, viens ici petit. Est-ce que all man be petit frère? Spirit of wickedness. Now Cameroon be bilingual, or the people be bilingual. Beautiful girl come out Douala they come for Limbe. Francophone man see that anglophone girl. Say baby come. Viens. Comment tu t'appelles here the girl? Appelle Cholemi. I know the year French. He say baby viens. Comment tu t'appelles? I saw the girl 1 and 70, 18, 19. 70, 18, 19. He say bébé viens comment tu t'appelles? Avec un autre hier French. Il say bébé tu bois quoi? The girl c'est le 33. Il sait tu manges quoi? The girl c'est le poisson. Il take it, they go down beach, they chop, they drink. He say bébé viens on parle à la maison. The girl c'est un autre hier French. You the your yes slap. After you chop, you can't deny. Spirit of wickedness. Hello. If you're happy, let me know. You clap your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I go give you this opportunity. Those that when they want to remain poor, you will never be poor in Jesus' name. If you know the meaning poor, P-O-O-R simply means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Hello? No accept to become poor. And don't forget, say those that when they want to become rich, no borrow money. You know the meaning of debt? D-E-B-E-T. You know the meaning of debt? Debt simply means desperate enjoyment brings trouble. Thank you very much. I'll be right back.
Thank you so much, Big Mommy Agatha.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Big Mommy Agatha, who definitely is one of Limbe's foremost comedian, and he's also a musician. Taborazi Tabot. That's his real name. We're happy having him. He will be coming up to share with us his musical piece in a moment. But I think it is time good enough for us to welcome once again the Cha-Cha Cultural Group of St. Anne Girls College in Limbe.
It is written in heaven and on earth that all power belongs to God.
Watui mana mopo mwenge luwele loba koluka late no manja ekwe yo mwenge iya titie kema woteka mola njonjonjie mola njonjo moja moja oh His Royal Highness Chief Robert Esuka Endeli Chief Esuka Matthias ejo tute oka mola ste nyoki na iya jwane usi o mwenge si watu kumane me hoi aduja iya mojoko matute kwe yo mwenge Samambua, Professor Nganje. Oa, Doc Juliet Ngolongo Tingondo Jadue Molonga Tie Molongo Timira Jadue Molonga Mongo Imongo Teoka Jadue Monyangina Wayale Loena Belimo Irondi Tukanye
Thank you so much. Can we have a loud round of applause for the St. Anne girls?
Beautiful display there. Beautiful display.
Our Lady of Lord, you're not clapping for St. Anne. Can we
hear
you?
Round of applause. At least it is safe to say we have a future of cultural diversity. Beautiful display there from you, the students of St. Anne Girls College. It's beautiful always seeing the young doing the future now. Thank you very much. Once again, we are thanking all those who are making this event a momentous one, the one we're having here today.
Yes, Yannick, just so we remind our viewers, we are still here in Limbe to give you, it's an outdoor production of Dmrtv. And right after the St. Anne Girls presentation, we're inviting some artists who are joining us on set. We're talking about the DM Twins. But before they come in, when I say Dmrtv, you say sharing the light of hope. Dmrtv? Dmrtv. Sharing the light of hope. All right, thank you so much.
Sharing the light of hope. Dmrtv. Oh, I don't know.
All right. Thank you so much. That is what Dmrtv stands for. To share the light of hope in the midst of the plethora of sad events around us. We are here to be that light of hope in your life. So the twins are here. They call them the DM
twins.
The DM twins. So let us have a piece from these twins.
Limbe. Limbe. Firstly, I would like to thank the Dmrtv for this platform. We really do appreciate it. And we'll call DM Twin. Thank you. Mula mamo, mula mamo, mula mamo. Vindrie falo, vindrie falo, vindrie falo. Mula mamo, mula mamo, mula mamo. Vindrie falo, vindrie falo, vindrie falo. DJ, let's go. Haji, Haja. You understand now? Haji, Haja. Haji, Haja. Haja. Lama, oh, remember, oh, the time no day to replay. Remember, oh, remember, oh, the food no day make we pray. I know the for waste time. Time no day to replay. I know the for waste time. Time no day to replay. Remember, oh, when I be on CBB on my own. Remember, say, remember, oh, dear family, we dey stand on our own. No be that time when we dey play, they be dey do it round like we don't craze. Who be ever know, say, let's leave, go fit to die, go so chai. People now remember fish, oh, remember, oh, the time no day to the play. Remember, oh, the food no day make we pray. I know already died. We know they for waste time. Them no day to deep. Them no day to deep. Them no day for waste time. We dey find our own. We dey chop now our own. In my mind, remember home. Remember home. Them no day to deep. Remember home. Remember home. The food no day make we pray. I know they for waste time. Them no day too deep. Them no day too deep. I know they for waste time. Them no day too deep. Them no day too deep.
All right, thank you so much to the DM twins for thrilling. Nous disons merci aux artistes DM Twin de nous avoir donné cette musique interlude très jolie. Merci beaucoup à vous et chers téléspectateurs, si vous venez de nous joindre, nous sommes ici à Limbe où nous avons une émission spéciale où on va faire découvrir Limbe à travers nos différentes rubriques. Et alors, tout à l'heure, nous avons eu les habitants de Limbe qui ont partagé avec nous, après les différents portraits qu'on a eus. Et on a eu de Limbe, nous avons aussi eu des personnes qui ont partagé avec nous. Nous avons eu des poèmes des étudiants, des élèves du collège Saint-Anne, une performance des deux collèges aussi, à Lady of Lords Comprehensive School. Et puis maintenant, nous allons continuer cette émission.
We are here with Big Mami Agata. Before we get before we take Big Mami Agata,
the ladies of the St. Anne's Girls College want to thrill us with their voices. With some choral display, the girls say they came here to make their presence felt. Imposingly. So they wouldn't limit themselves at presenting to us a poem and then the dance from the Cha-Cha group, but they want us to collectively, to hear their voices collectively in this choral piece which they are preparing to give us. If you're just tuning in, you're watching a special broadcast of Dmrtv. We are here at the community field in Limbe, where we are reaching out to the population of Limbe with the services of Dmrtv, that's Divine Mercy Radio Television. It is owned by the Diocese of Boya and will be officially launched on the 15th of December 2022 at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral in Moliko. Activities shall begin with the Pontifical High Mass officiated by His Lordship Bishop Michael Bibi, Bishop of the Diocese of Boya.
Also, in the occasion, we shall be having an unveil of DMRTV. We will be understanding the different programs of the television and radio. Remember, DMRTV, sharing the light of hope, produces very rich contents in development, peace, and also justice. We also have a lot of enculturation and evangelization in the television. So you will be having a lot of that to discover during the launching occasion scheduled for Thursday, 15th of December 2022. Well, before we tell you more about DMRTV, I think we should pause a little and listen to some beautiful music from the angelic voices of St. Anne Girls College, who are already standing by to thrill us to this choral piece. Let's have your music, please.
Walk with the Lord with all your heart, and you shall obtain your own understanding. With our heart acknowledge him, and he shall direct, your path.
Walk with the Lord with all your
Walk with the Lord,
and you shall obtain
obtain
your own understanding. With all your heart acknowledge
you acknowledge him,
and he shall direct,
direct.
he shall direct your path.
Walk with the Lord,
Walk with the Lord with all your
walk with the Lord,
and you shall obtain
obtain
your own
understanding.
With all your heart acknowledge
Oh, acknowledge him,
and he shall direct,
direct.
he shall direct your path.
Walk with the Lord,
Walk with the Lord with all your
walk with the Lord,
and you shall obtain
obtain
your own
understanding. Oh, acknowledge him,
and he shall direct,
direct.
he shall direct your path.
Walk with the Lord, walk with the Lord,
and you shall obtain
obtain
your own
understanding.
acknowledge
Oh, acknowledge him,
and he shall direct,
direct.
he shall direct your path.
Walk with the Lord, walk with the Lord,
and you shall obtain
obtain
your own understanding.
oh, acknowledge him,
He shall direct, he shall direct
your path.
Tiko keleba wo
Beautiful, beautiful. Can we put our hands together louder for St. Anne's?
A very big clap
for St. Anne's College.
It's not easy.
It is not. Congratulations to you for doing that beautiful piece for us. Right. Thank you so much, St. Anne, for bringing to us and for joining us celebrate Dmrtv like you did in your song. Thank you so much, St. Anne. Our Lady of Lords and our mothers, can we give a big clap for St. Anne's College?
A big round of applause, please. It goes down memory lane that once upon a time St. Anne thrilled us and even captured the TV and radio station in their beautiful musical piece. Hopefully, you are cemented in our hearts, St. Anne, and definitely we work with you in this mission of evangelization. Thank you very much, St. Anne. Clap for yourselves again. Right.
All right.
All right.
Merci beaucoup, St. Anne, qui joint Dmrtv. Comme nous avons eu dans la chanson, il se lie derrière Dmrtv pour célébrer cet achèvement du diocèse de Boya, qui est tout de nouveau une télévision religieuse, mais qui est dédiée aussi pour parler de la vie sociale, des affaires sociales, économiques et du développement, et aussi à amener ou alors faire grandir la foi des chrétiens qui sont leurs téléspectateurs. Merci une fois de plus, Sainte Anne. Au début de cette émission, chers téléspectateurs, nous avons dit que c'est une édition spéciale à Limbe où on ramène la télévision aux habitants de Limbe, mais aussi comme partie de cette présentation, nous accompagnons des veuves et aussi des orphelins de la paroisse Sainte Famille de Newtown, qui est aussi avec le curé, qui ont décidé de faire des petits paquets ou alors des dons aux orphelins et aux veuves de cette paroisse dans l'esprit de communion et alors de vivre ensemble, ou alors on dit de amener cette vie et amener l'espoir dans la vie de ces personnes qui ont perdu l'un de leurs tout proches, et dans l'esprit de donner, remettre cet espoir. Cette paroisse est ici pour partager avec ces groupes de personnes.
Yeah, Christmas is early in Limbe. Christmas is early at the Holy Family Parish. Christmas is early with the widows we have here in the seaside resort city of Limbe. And we turn up now to Reverend Father James Chigeze, who would be giving us some more information on what actually would be transpiring them. And definitely, I think Joyce will be having a brief chat with him in the second, where they would be doing this brief donation.
All right, like we did introduce, after Father's reflection, he made mention that it is important to always be the light of hope amongst the persons in your community. So he did disclose to us that the Christians of the Holy Family Parish, Newtown, Limbe, have decided that they are going to share with the orphans and also some widows of their parish. So the Christians put together a series of items which they want to share with these groups of persons. So, Father, the time is here, and the much awaited time is here. You also shared with us already, but briefly for those who are not here, can we know what motivated this activity in your parish?
Thank you so much, Divine Mercy Radio and TV of the Diocese of Boya. So our motivation is Christmas.
All right.
Christmas is a season for sharing. And in Christmas, we celebrate God's love. And of course, God's love is charity. When you read the Gospel of John chapter 1, from verse 1 to 18, it is stated that in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh and dwelled among us. And that God is love. St. John defines God as love. And the practical aspect of love is charity. In fact, love and charity are the same words. And so at Christmas, if a Christian is having a good meal in his or her house, think about some other person. Christmas is when we think out of the box. That is why we, the Christians of Holy Family Parish Limbe, we are thinking about our brothers and sisters who are somehow underprivileged, the orphans and the widows. We've put together some food items. And by me here, we have members of St. Vincent de Paul Society and also Caritas, who are going to help the parish to distribute this gift to our orphans and to our widows. So we are simply celebrating the love and charity of God.
All right, that's quite interesting. You wouldn't mind, can we know the constituent of these items, if you wouldn't mind?
Yes, we have some cooking oil, we have rice, we have tomatoes, and we have some savon, tablets of savon.
All right, and someone is shouting by the background, groundnut oil.
Yes, groundnut oil is cooking oil, I think
Cooking
so.
oil. All
yes.
right, thank you so much, Father. So we want to know, how does this, you know, we know that the cost of living is quite expensive now, and like you encourage the spirit of caritas, which is love and charity. How did the Christians come up with this? Were they just free will donations, or there were some contributions?
Well, from my experience as a priest, when you are in a parish, you have Christians of all categories and caliber, and some of them do their charity through you. They will come that, Father, I would like to make this donation, either in cash or in kind, so that you can help us to assist the underprivileged. So this is how we got some of the items. Some of them gave in kind, some of them gave in cash, and also as a priest, I have to sacrifice too. Some of the gifts that coming as offertory, we have to give some to the poor, like our own form of charity.
All right, thank you so much, Father. And also, what message do you have with regards to this, to all the Christians of the Diocese of Boya and anybody watching you now?
Our message is, since the logo and the slogan for Divine Mercy Radio and TV is sharing the light of hope, we, like I said in the brief reflection, we are trying to give hope to our underprivileged sisters and brothers. And the message is, let us learn how to prepare well for Christmas by taking our Advent period seriously. Reconciliation, forgiveness, so that on Christmas Day, we can all welcome the love of God who gave himself to us in the person of his Son, Jesus Christ.
All right, thank you so much, Father. And subsequently, we shall have the impressions of those receiving these gifts. In the meantime, we just wanted to share with you, dear TV friend, this occasion, which is an insert of today's edition of the program. Like Father this says, Christmas is around the corner. Do not be satisfied by filling up your stomach alone. Think about those who are around you and share with them. I think, Yannick, you're going to continue the program with Big Mommy Agatha.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you so much, Father. And while you guys are continuing the sharing there, I think that I should have a beautiful chat with Big Mommy Agatha. He is a foremost comedian here in the seaside resort city of Limbe. Matter of fact, he has implanted his mark by singing a track for Limbe. It is called City Changer. Tell us about this track, Big Mommy Agatha.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege for me to share with you people. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege for me to share with you people this moment of joy, spirit of happiness, oneness, and I employ the hope of light, which
sharing the light of hope.
Sharing the light of hope, of which hope I think is about helping others pursue excellence. That is why I can find sharing going on here today. I want to first of all appreciate you people for coming to Limbe to celebrate with us the town of friendship. And to my able students who sang, and it's about religious. We said education without religion makes you an intelligent devil. But we want to remind each and every one of you that keeping cleanliness is next to godliness. That is why I think Limbe remains the only city that will be remaining clean. I don't have any two questions. Please, I want to ask you students, Limbe clean or clean? There's no way you can dispute that fact because we're already clean. That's why I played the soundtrack called City Changer. We are changing the city. We say if you're throwing plastic papers, don't throw them, because in this city we have to remain the cleanest city in Cameroon. While I asked the city mayor to use this, my song, to make the other quarters to benefit from the largesse, is because I have an initiative behind this cleanliness, that if you drink juice, don't throw that plastic container, because it's going to block our own water. Our water, we call it jengele water or any other type of water. If we use those plastic, we recycle them, we can make pavement stones. And with those pavement stones, it will help us to put on our own various quarters. That is why I came out with that song, City Changer. Pieces of paper, make the place untidy, pick them up, for us to remain as the best and the cleanest city in Cameroon.
Thank you very much, Big Mommy Agatha. Right. Thank you very much, Big Mami Agata. Beautiful music. He just indicated, shared with us there. We are going to listen to that music in a moment. We're definitely going to listen to City Changer, which is an environmental piece that crave our indulgence and also conscientize, whips our consciences on a way that we get to participate in beautifying our communities. We participate in cleaning up the dirt, the refuse, and all the like, so as to have a beautiful environment. We're going to have that musical piece in a moment, but just to tell you, we're definitely going to invite everyone who has graced this occasion. You come on this podium, we dance with Big Mami Agata, and we run up this occasion.
Évidemment, merci beaucoup, Mami Agata. Et c'est important le thème de ces chansons qu'il va partager avec nous. L'importance de garder notre environnement propre. Donc, c'est avec cette musique que nous allons clôturer cette édition spéciale. Mais avant, je vais passer tous mes remerciements à tous nos téléspectateurs, tous nos mamans qui sont ici, les veuves et les orphelins qui nous ont accompagnés, tous les élèves de la Lady of Lords Comprehensive School et St. Anne's Girls College et les enseignants et les chrétiens de cette paroisse et aussi la population de Limbe. Nous vous disons merci et nous prenons le rendez-vous le 15 décembre 2022 à la co-cathédrale Divine Mercy du diocèse de Boya pour le lancement officiel de cette télévision. Et c'est avec ceci que regrettablement on va quitter. Mais avant de quitter, nous invitons tous ceux qui sont ici et Mami Agata qui va nous donner cette chanson. Yannick, je pense que nous allons quitter, mais malheureusement on aurait aimé rester, mais on doit partir pour d'autres productions et nous prenons le rendez-vous avec nos téléspectateurs dans les autres émissions. Mais d'abord, prenez le plus grand rendez-vous le 15 décembre 2022 pour le lancement de cette télévision.
Very, very definitely. And on this very last day in the month of November, it goes down memory lane that on a certain 30th of November 2022, Divine Mercy did grace the seaside resort city of Limbe, bringing to you and also making you discover the city like you've never known before. We want to thank all of you in a very special way. Those of you who turn up here and those of you who are watching us from your screens, we want to tell you, you are our favorite viewer and you are our favorite contributor. Just to tell you, we would be together again on the 15th of December 2022. That is when Dmrtv will be launched officially in Cameroon and the world. And definitely you get to discover quite a lot. So make it a date with us at the Divine Mercy Cathedral that is in Moliko in Boyam. But for us here in Limbe, we are running up, and we're running up in a very, very special style. Limbe, we are leaving you, but we're not leaving you at all. We're not leaving you entirely. We will be with you in spirit. So we dance together with Big Mami Agata, who sings for us City Changer. And we invite everybody who is sitting around to join us on panel. Good night, and see you next month.
Au revoir.
I'm a city changer, call me King City. 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 Oh, city changer, call me King City. I'm a city changer, call me King City. Limbe City, Limbe City, Limbe City, Limbe
City is a place to be, a town of friendship and Cataluna. Not throw it dirty, forgot her. Not throw smelly water, for us. Not bone tire, for us. One big house for road where water the pass. If you piss for street, now we good tea. Throw it all dirty, never just me.
I'm a city changer, call me Clean City. I'm a city changer, call me Clean City. Oh, city changer, call me Clean City. I'm a city changer, call me Clean City. Limbe City, Limbe City, Limbe City.
I'm a city changer. Call me clean city. Oh, city changer. Call me clean city. I'm a city changer. Call me clean city. Limbe city. Limbe city. Limbe city. Yeah. Limbe city. This is a paper, pieces of banana, make it so tidy, pick them up. I beg, not your way, count them for road, put them for inside dustbin. Church Street, be careful. Hello, I can never try to double. Thank you.
Limbe City, hey, oh. Limbe City.